improving the games and probably consider it as an investment.
Yeah, we were talking about that too, is how it's hard to get a good turnout for an open event because there's a lot of sub 500 Fargo rate players that just feel like it's just a donation and they're just not gonna get anything out of it. But the value is in the experience of seeing how those players. It's different from just watching them on a live stream. When you're competing against them,
Yeah.
you come away with a lot of information
Yeah.
that helps you in future events.
Yeah. I mean, to be very practical, probably like for sub 500, maybe you don't have to jump into open, but maybe go don't be afraid, don't shy away from maybe like a 550 and under or 600 and under. Because you want to learn, if there's too much of a gap, maybe you won't be able to appreciate that much or like appreciate how hard some of the shots are. But at least go up one level to kind of broaden the view and then learn just a little bit and a little bit by little bit. And another example is like Bob likes to play just higher Fargo players privately. Like you're welcome to do that too. Like ask for someone that you don't have to gamble. Just just friendly spar. Play with your stronger friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would definitely help too.
Good advice. So we're off and running with this finals
Yeah.
single race to 9,
Mhm.
and Clay puts down a pretty good break, but a lot of clusters over here. That 3 ball's in a bad spot. The 2 does get you into the breakout position, it looks like. So first of all, I think he's looking at the 1-6 combo, but he's got to figure out the 2, where he wants to be on the 2 to loosen up this 3 ball somehow.
Yeah. Probably like almost straight would be ideal if he wants to do the breakout on it. Ooh, almost.
Yeah, almost missed it.
Knocked it on its way back. Like for these, the principle is you prefer to be closer rather than getting on the right line, because if it's closer, you have more room.
Yeah, like right where the cue ball is now would be maybe, or just a little bit lower on the table would be ideal. He just want to have a little angle on this too, so he can bring the cue ball forward. Right, you want to be on the correct side of it.
Yeah, the 3 is almost in a spot that you have to kind of go into the pile. There's no easy safety, not disturbing the other, like the 10 and the 5.
Yeah,
Looks like he is on the right line. Just need to float down. I think as long as he getting to that opening, so touch the 3 before the 10, he should have at least some option of safeties.
Yeah, I'd say that this is the most important shot of this rack, I think, is coming up right here. If you can execute this well.
Okay.
Not bad.
Not bad.
He's got a chance.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of things could have gone wrong there because there's so many multiple balls that could impact the outcome.
Ooh, safety.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Clay's kind of doing today is he's not risking some of the shots that may, just give the game away. If he feels like he is higher to play safety, he will play the safety.
Okay, so good hit from Folan there.
Good idea of kind of hitting soft and hopefully thinning the 3 and then the cue ball parked behind the 5 and 9, but he hit it just a little too full. So the cue ball spun out of the 5 and 9. It's a weird spot. I think the 3-9 combo is not too hard, but it's close. And one thing I noticed today is that because it's raining today, the balls are a little bit stickier than yesterday. So it has a little more throw between each other. Okay, nicely controlled.
Yeah, well played. Bought the 10.
hmm I wonder what would happen if you forgot to stop spot 10.
Well, if it goes more than an inning, then it's a re-rack. You can't spot it later.
Yeah.
That's happened to me a couple of times where it goes in on the break and nobody notices because you
Yeah.
just think I got a ball in on the break, and then you just focus on the one ball.
1, 2, 3, probably. Not all the way to
Yeah, you're not looking all the way through the rack. You're looking at the first three shots, and
Oh.
then you get down a little ways and you realize, where's the 10 ball?
Mhm. Pretty straight on the 7, but doesn't need to move the cue too much. I think even just stop there will be ideal. Can float it down to the short side from the stop shot position. Yep. Came back a tiny bit. So now the angle is a little flatter than what it was before.
Just needs a bit of precision draw on this. Yeah.
He likes, yeah, he said to me during the game, like he has, I think one of the shot from 9 to 10, he chose to jack up and stun kind of over
I
rather than,
saw that.
yeah,
Yeah.
just roll over to short side.
And Christian and I were both talking about that shot, and we both agreed that we would have played the short side on the 10
Yeah,
because that, for me, is more comfortable at my level. But he played it absolutely perfect, stunning the cue ball up, and much easier 10 ball.
yeah. Yeah, but I mean, it's his preference. He also admitted himself that he feels like he avoids it a little bit too much. Um, so like it's like uh reasonably, or like you want to shoot some of those shots sometime, but probably it if it fits your style, it gives you more zero comfort zone, and then it gives you more confidence shooting it.
Yeah, and the shot that you were referring to, where he went from the 9 to the 10, the cue ball was only about 2 inches off the rail, so he had to jack up
Yeah,
with his
yeah.
cue. And when you
Mhm.
jack up at that angle, you lose accuracy. And
Right.
so for me, I would rather have a higher percentage
Mhm.
accuracy and
Right.
a longer 10 ball. I'm feeling like my odds are better.
I agree. I agree. It totally. So that's why, like, you don't have to mimic the pattern from even like the pro players, because some of the shots, it's for different people, the probabilities of making those and then connect to the next shot is different. So you don't have to. You have to kind of tailor to your own game.
So Clay controlled that entire rack. Folan only got one shot, which was a kick.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
That
so,
is. I kind of felt for the last few racks.
yeah,
It was controlling the game. The only shots that I got to shoot was some like I have to do safeties probably.
it's all about control of the table,
Yeah,
especially at the level that you guys are at. It's all about staying in control, especially when it's your break, right? And you're breaking good.
and it can control from that point on. You
Yes. Yeah.
kind of automatic. It's kind of straight. Draw with a lot of left.
Oh,
Wow,
look at that spin.
is it? Is
Oh,
it going?
this very unfortunate. It's going to drop. Very unfortunate because that was a heck of a shot to draw with that low left.
That
And,
is a lot of left.
and so many times we miscue those trying to do that kind of uh, draw on the cue ball with low left to get it to spin off that side rail and down. It was a beautiful shot.
Yeah. Also, since you don't usually put that much side with that much power, you're not too sure exactly where to adjust the aiming. So most likely if you try to force it, you might, just totally miss the ball or miss it on the wrong side. So don't get the line you wanted.
Yes, or miscue.
Yeah.
It,
If it pushes out of the limit.
mm,
Uh, this is straighter, I think, than we wanted.
I think going forward, the 10 might be in his way. He might stun this over for the purple 5.
Yeah, but stunning, it's a little too straight to stun. It's in
Stun,
between.
stun follow.
Yeah, stun follow. Stun follow that you go past the 10 and you should be fine. But that pocket, yeah, all like that.
Beautiful.
Played. Yep.
Yeah, well played.
It's like a shot in between the follow and the stun.
Yeah, because ideally he just wanted to use top and go to the bottom rail and back, but the 10 was in his way for that. Oh, rattles that one in.
Pocket speed help.
Clay is just playing exceptionally well here. And
Yeah, this shot.
Cheng, can you update the scoreboard to show 1-0 Clay?
Yes,
Thanks, Trevor.
that's right. This shot. If 8 goes to side, then not too much of a problem. It's not that easy for this one because you actually have to hit things. So he needs some right spin to help. Yep. Perfect. Done draw a little bit to the center table. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And so far, Folan has had 2 shots in these 2 racks. The first one, it was in the first rack. He had a kick shot, and the second one was a very difficult draw shot from the 1 to the 2 that he ended up scratching on. So Clay doing a very nice job of taking advantage of every opportunity so far in this set.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think at least at this point, Clay has an edge because he has been warming up with me and getting more used to the table. You can see he's kind of more comfortable doing those like stun draw, stun follow, because that requires you to be very familiar with the table speed.
Right. And even though Stephen Folan was practicing on the other table, just a little bit different
Yeah.
table can change a little bit of things. But I'm sure he was over there warming up for the whole time you guys were playing, I would assume.
Yeah, he was.
So breaking dead center, maybe a little off center, just a hair.
Yeah, the cue will cross to the other side, which sometimes will result in those dry breaks.
So, yeah, Folan with his 3rd trip to the table, and he doesn't have an open look at the 1.
No.
He could bank it, but I think he's going to play a safety here.
I think he's gonna bank it.
You think he's going to bank it and go for because the shape on the 2 is there if he successfully makes the bank. There's a big reward.
And the angle is like is almost he's tried to do 2-way with the 6 as well.
And I don't think it worked. It was a good idea if he can get that cue ball behind the 6. If it goes, he's good. But if it doesn't, he's behind the 6. But he didn't get there.
Didn't shot, but it was interesting. Like if you analyze that shot only, it happens to me as well. What happened was if you're trying to bank the one with that speed, you have to hit a tiny bit thinner because he hit a little bit too long, right? But if a tiny bit thinner, it wouldn't be able to go past the 6. So in his mind, he was trying to also have the cue ball go past the 6, so he wanted to hit a little fuller. But in the end, he didn't. He got in between. So it was not thinner that the 1 ball will go, or it was not fuller that the cue ball go past the 6. So that's something could easily happen if you just have that two-way mindset.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very tough.
Yo,
Very
what's up?
tough.
How's it
You
going?
haven't missed. It's been all Clay Belvoir show so far.
Oof.
Folan has only been at the table 3 times. Oh,
See-
what do we have here? I think he's okay, but that was really close.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think you can see the full board there. He might be able to masse a little bit. Yeah, like that.
Okay.
But, whew,
Yeah.
yeah, just need the 7 to move away, like maybe a quarter of a row.
You forced a mistake, huh? Patrick just called it out. You're like, Clay's playing good, and then all of a sudden,
He is playing good, though.
That is not a.
That's not what he wanted. I know that.
Not exactly sure what he wanted. He maybe want to hit the thing there, so the cue will touch the left side, and then the 4 just kind of lie
Yeah.
on.
I think you're right. I think he wanted that cue ball on the rail of there.
All right, let's see. Folan's tackling this rack. Nudge the 7. Nice. Does the 5 go past the 9 to the side?
That's what I'm wondering too.
Yeah.
If so, it's an easier position to the 6.
I think
Yeah.
it does, just barely.
Yeah, maybe like 3/4 of a pocket. Yeah.
Too far?
Little too far. Yeah, because he
Mm.
has to focus on making that shot, I think.
And this, I think, what we're seeing, the advantage of coming back from the B side is, you're hot from competition. You're ready. You're warmed up.
Mm-hmm.
And nice, well played shot from Folan right there.
Perfect speed as well.
And he navigated through those balls with expert precision to get right through that line.
Here's another shot of that.
It's a lot of
Thin.
traffic to get through there.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't touch anything. Because if he touches one of those balls, he's not getting shape.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a shot you can definitely shoot when you got a fast table. It's almost not really in the cards, that shot, necessarily, if you're on a really slow table to come all the way around at that speed.
Still okay.
Yeah, I can't imagine that's the pocket he was intending to play the 9 in, but it worked out really well.
Mm-hmm. I think he was focusing on making the 7 and make sure the cue ball goes along that line, because almost anywhere on the line he will have a pocket. The upper fall pocket, one of those 4 will be there. Nice shot.
Yep, good out from Steven.
Ooh.
And I'm going to take a quick break, guys. I'll be right back in
Sounds good.
10 minutes. Thank you.
Patrick, thanks everyone joining us remotely. Okay, you can do the score sheet. Okay, don't worry. So, you got action here.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about, you guys talked about the advantage, right? With the
Yeah.
fact that Steven has won all his matches, but now he's just in one single race. Can get swingy, anything can happen.
Yeah, that's a trade-off.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah. If you're confident enough, then this way. I don't know. Should you agree with those or not?
I think of it from the perspective of the player in the hot seat.
Mm-hmm.
I think they would always prefer to have the shorter race double dipped if given the choice.
Yeah,
Right.
definitely.
Not necessarily that it's the right decision, but that would be the preference, I would imagine.
Because I forgot what was the deal. If Secret said it on the flyer that it's going to be a single race, I think she said it. It's hard to imagine that Folan would agree to fall back to just one single race after he's at the hot seat.
Yeah, I think
Nah.
in any case, when you have to get double dipped, it's better than having to take just one race, even if it's longer. Like, because the theory there is that when the race is longer, the the better player is gonna excel more often, right?
Yeah.
So if that holds strongly enough, then yeah, there's not really an argument necessarily that it changes the feat. But I'm pretty sure that if you were to ask anyone and poll anyone, you get 100% polling or pretty close to it that they would prefer to have a double dipped 2 races as opposed to one longer race if you're the person in the hot seat. But I don't know, I could be wrong. So a little tricky jump shot here. This is jumpable.
This is
Problem
jumpable.
is shape.
Mm-hmm. But if you jump it, the cue ball is tracking kind of towards the corner pocket. So there is a risk there.
Yeah, I think if you're jumping, you might actually be better off just doing a jump safety and trying to draw it back behind the 4-5 as opposed to just playing the actual pot, because that or just make the ball and play for a safety on the 3.
All right, place kicking. Oh, kick at the right side. That's
Yeah?
the side. Yeah.
Did good?
Didn't have the cue ball. Didn't get a cue ball behind 5, but second prize 6 and 10 blocks the 1. Taking this way, and hopefully it goes 2 rail, either makes the 1 or have the cue ball go up table like that. Nudge it a little 2 thing that the 1 ball didn't had a chance to get back to the center, like short rail. Middle of the short rail. All right, chance for Clay. Ooh, it gets a little too straight. Deal. 3-4 isn't that much of a problem, but you don't want to be too steep from 4 to the 5. Going forward with left. That is also a hard shot. Yeah, I think it's perfect.
Yeah, he almost got hampered. Wow, it almost went to disaster.
It stopped at the last tag. I think one more row, it wouldn't be able to.
Yeah.
I mean, one more row, he can just go to the short side. All right. Nicely done.
Looking strong.
With some angle, not much. And the 6 doesn't go to the right side, so I have to put some power into it to stun it out. Or use right spin. See, I think he's stunning it. Yep, stun.
Yeah. Table's playing fast enough. I think stun is definitely the call. You don't have to overhit that very much.
He also hit it on the thinner side as well. That helps create more angle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that ball went into the right half of the pocket, up in the corner.
Yeah.
This
one. Top left, go to the center, through the center table.
A little bit thick. He kind of got down quick on that. I don't think he fully pre-shot routine that one out. It seemed like got down, pump, shoot, right?
Yeah, I think probably, I'm guessing what happens is like the scratch is somewhat like it happened just probably a fraction of a second in his mind, and its hand just adjusted. Oh, okay, I'll just hit fuller, probably more left spin.
Mm-hmm.
That could happen. Wow. Now
So
After this,
let's Steven back in.
yeah. Oh, too early. Too early. All right. Not bad.
Oh,
No.
I did it again. Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. No, I did it before he shoot the 10.
Oh, that's the real curse, I guess. If you mark the score, there's video evidence at that point.
Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. He's good. Two
Well,
two.
I think Ox is now starting to open for the day, I believe, but there is no league today due to the Super Bowl. I'm pretty sure. So,
There is league actually.
oh, there is
Okay.
league.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Thomas put out like a poll for everyone, and then I think in the end it's okay to have matches that day. Gets more votes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
But people will probably, some of them will maybe just do makeups. Well, again, he's crossing the rack to the other side. I think with his like power and that, um, accuracy, had he just hit on the other side of the rack, like maintain the cube on the other side where he was breaking from, one of the two balls from the second row should drop. All right. Steven using the right spin to.
Speed is there. Oh, wow. He was playing safe. He didn't call it.
Yeah.
I thought he made it, but didn't call it. He pointed his cue at the last minute, so it's going to be player option on this.
Yeah. 3-ball passes the 10. Plays trying to lift up the template. 2-4 combo is definitely playable, although it's thin. And it can't shoot too hard, which means you have to be pretty accurate with those soft roll cutting shot. Oh, just safety there.
Be right back.
Cool. Yeah, Clay's not too happy with it. I think he wanted to be more frozen onto the 8 and 9. All right, Steven trying to go one rail. Pretty aggressive, I would say. That also opens up a 3 and 10. Not exactly, because the 3 still only goes to the left, like to 1 or 2 pocket. Not both corner pocket.
Oh, what did I miss? A scratch? Uh-oh.
Not scratch, but so Clay made a safety, and Steven was trying to kick one rail, but nudge the 10 before he hits the 2.
Okay, guys, I'm back.
Nice.
I'm back.
I was watching a little bit while I was eating, so that's why I couldn't commentate because I was getting something to eat. But I was watching and I saw the safety that Folan played, and they accidentally pocketed the 1. And Christian and I were just talking about how in this game, if there's ever a chance that you're going to pocket a ball, just call it.
Yeah.
Even if you totally intend to play safe.
Just in case.
Just in case, right? And that would have been one of those situations where he would have liked to have been shooting right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the one theory, like the last time Christian and I were talking about, the one theory I had was that sometimes you want, like you intended to not call any shot, just so that like subconsciously it's not in your mind. So your brain is trying to do something to make that happen, and ruin the other, maybe the keyboard control of whatever you're doing for the safety.
I agree. I think psychologically, calling a ball, it's hard not to. Oh,
Think like making it ourselves.
so what happened here? He ran into this 10 ball
Uh-oh.
Mhm.
that prevented him to get in the position he wanted on the 4. So
Yeah.
big error there from Clay.
Yeah,
Not
it's,
happy with himself there.
Mhm. It's probably the time point that like that little fatigue is hitting. Fatigueness is hitting, so lose a little bit of focus on some of the positioning. It's a tough position to get up as well.
I was just thinking about this as another USA versus Canada.
Yeah.
So many of these.
Next tournament finals are USA versus Canada.
There's so many high-level players from the BC area that come down and always play well in these tournaments. I know there's been some talk about putting together some type of a teams matchup, a 5-on-5, best of BC versus best of Pacific Northwest, but on paper that would be heavily favoring BC,
If there's no Faro cap, you mean?
Yeah. I feel like it would have to be capped because we don't have the firepower to be very competitive in that type of format. If it wasn't capped, it would be very difficult. Stan Tarango and Simon Ring and Stephen Folan, and you've got just so many great players out of the BC area. It would be hard for us to find 5 players that would really be a good matchup for them.
I don't know. I feel like I agree that they've got the higher players probably, but I imagine we have more numbers. I imagine. You think like overall? Do you think we have like what 4 to 5, 700 and up players? We have got folks in Spokane. I totally agree with you though. Like they've got the higher top-notch players. They've got Steven. They've got Stan Tarango. But I feel like for the lower ranks in the Canadian players, we probably can bring some heat. I don't know. I think it'd be interesting.
It would be interesting, and I think it would be extremely fun as a fan of pool to watch the North. It would be a total battle of the border. Very entertaining.
Oh yeah. I think it's Northwest Cup-esque in terms of size. We can make it if we wanted to.
Right, but Northwest Cup is Oregon versus Washington, right?
I mean, to that scale is what I'm saying. Like, I think
Yes.
that big.
Okay. Right.
Oh.
So that mistake by Clay looking like it's going to be costly here.
Yeah, he almost made a good kick and then like not leaving Steven anything at the or go past the side pocket. But now Folan is at the table. Stun over for the 7 on the short side.
Yes, he cheated the pocket just a little bit to get that perfect position. It seemed like he wanted to hit it a little fuller, and
Yeah.
he cheated to the outside of the pocket.
Yeah, he's got a perfect angle now. Everything just stay on this or that side of the ball. Oh, Dave Daly chiming in over on YouTube saying, "Don't forget we did a border battle in snooker with Stephen Folan." That's right.
Oh.
Where he's talking back about the snooker border battle we had at the grand opening of Bays, circa 2019, 2020, I think 2020, right? The start of COVID.
I remember that. Yeah.
It was, for those who don't know, Stephen Folan and I forget the other Canadian player. Two Canadians versus two Americans. Dave Daly was on Team America as well as Omar Balsara. And it was a snooker best of 3 round robin, I think, back and forth, or best of 1 round robin. Something like that. And then they ended up doing 2 matches at the end, and it came down to the final frame, and I think, like, final couple colors or something. Dave Daly, I'm pretty sure, took it down against Stephen Folan on the snooker table. That was a pretty epic match.
And I wasn't aware that Folan was a snooker player.
Yeah, he's got snooker background. He grew up in the UK, and he grew up playing snooker as a junior, I believe, as an up-and-coming player. And I think he took his whack at a pro tour or not. I'm not sure, or some high-level amateur tour. But he talks about, I remember talking to him about it, and he talks about getting his butt kicked by Judd Trump on the snooker table when he was up and coming as a kid. I think when they were both kids. And Judd was kind of in his breakout, I'm pretty sure. So some other scenarios like that. But yeah, originally from the UK, played a lot of snooker back there, and I think that's where he gets his strong fundamentals from. You'll notice on certain shots, his stance will change, kind of from a pool stance to a snooker stance, depending on how hard the cut is. You'll take a look at it. It doesn't happen very often, but if he's got like a long shot, maybe you can see him sort of straighten out that back leg. Just keep an eye out for it.
I don't know enough about snooker to know the snooker stance, but I can see that. I mean, it makes a lot of sense in, that he has had a lot of experience in snooker, and it's certainly transitioned well for him to pool. But nice break he put down here. One of the things that you don't get from snooker is that big break in 10 ball. So it's not something that you learn from playing snooker, but that was a beautiful break. It's going to have to work a little bit to get shape on this 2 ball. I think that was pretty nicely played.
I think he might have to do rail first on this one. Even if he could hit it directly. I'm not sure.
If he could, then the 4 goes on the side.
Oh yeah, if that's the case, then.
Gary Wallace, that's right. That was the other Canadian. I'm just dropping a link over on YouTube and Facebook to the video from back then if you guys want to check out what we're talking about with the border battle at Bays.
All right.
USA versus Canada, 2v2.
I will save that link for later. I'll watch that.
Yeah, shout out to David Burney doing the commentary for that stream.
It's amazing that Steven, if you just watch him play pool, his stance, it's nothing close to a snooker stance, where he can just switch in between those two.
So Folan looking to complete the break and run here in rack 6. Get him a 2-game lead in this finals.
To draw back a tiny bit, or go forward a little bit. Either is fine.
Yeah, I think he likes that because he's nice and straight on this with a lot of queuing space.
Mm-hmm.
Easy draw shot.
Ooh. Nice.
No problem.
4-2.
4-2, starting from the 2-0.
Yeah, and Clay's odds go down to 10% now, according to the Fargo statistic.
I mean, yeah, what is it? So it's a 9-1 favorite that Steven wins from here.
Yep.
I don't know. Based on how they've been playing, I might take that bet for betting on Clay in that case. Might be a little too tilted towards one direction, but Steven's been playing good, so I don't doubt that the odds are definitely in his favor.
Yeah, one thing's for sure is that Clay needs, being down in this set, it's critical that he puts down good breaks and controls the table early on his breaks, because it's an alternate break format against a guy who can break and run like that fairly consistently. You're not going to have much chance at all of winning this finals if you don't break well.
Oh, crossed to the other side again, but now
Nine
this
ball,
Loud bang.
and a
9
set.
ball and 7 ball go in.
All right.
He's got a starter, but does the 5 go into the side?
Yeah.
I think it does. It's just, you have to get into that prime position from the 4 to the 5. That's probably going to be the biggest challenge of this run out, and that's what he's looking at, was the 5.
Yeah,
Well-
that body language says it goes.
Yeah. At least 1, 2, 3 looks pretty natural to start with.
So 4 to 5, you're gonna have to pick which side of the 4 you want to play on here and what angle you want. I kind of like the line of coming off the long rail, left long rail, and creeping down into that area, right? So kind of towards the 6, basically, coming from the long rail, left long rail towards the 6. So what line can you get on the 4 to kind of let you approach from that direction?
Getting straight on the 3. No, he can go to either side. Yeah, I like this way.
Yeah, I do too. The way he's looking at it right now,
Mhm.
it seems very natural. It's an easy position for him to get to. Now he's looking at the other side. That's a much harder spot to get to with precision.
Yeah, I think the 4 to the 5 is easier from the second spot, but to get there is hard from the 3 right now.
Exactly. It's like, what are your odds of getting to that perfect spot better at? And I think the first choice that he had.
Yeah, it's just trade-off. Do you take the easy 3 and the harder 4 to 5, or you take the harder 3 to 4, easier
He took
4 to 5?
But it's too straight. This
Yeah,
Yeah,
no
he
good.
got really straight. Yeah.
yeah.
Just overdraw by just a couple inches. He's still okay though. It's not, I think he's going to follow forward with some power
Mm-hmm.
and bring that cue ball 2 rails and to try to get, he wants to get real close to this 5 ball because it's not an easy shot with any kind of distance or any kind of big angle. He wants to try to make the 5 as easy as possible here, and he's not going to do it. He's going to have to bank the 5 if he wants to stay in the run out.
Called the bank,
He's
yeah.
on the bank. He's not even looking for safe yet. He might change his mind though. Do you guys see a safety opportunity here?
Only one I think of is thinning the right edge of the 5 with a bunch of left spin, but you're gonna run into it. I feel.
He's
Trying to
committed.
come back. He's in.
Yeah, he wasn't even questioning. He
Yeah,
said,
percentages were so hard for the safety. The bank has got to be the play.
and it was beautiful too.
Now
Drilled the bank dead center and got nice shape on the 6.
draw into the gap between rail and 8 ball, and he should be out. He missed the 8 ball earlier in the first or second rack. Or sorry, missed the 6 ball into that same pocket. But no problem making it. Just overran position a little bit.
Yeah, a little long, and you can't kind of power it too hard.
Yeah,
Or
it should be fine though.
Too
Yeah. Very nice. Let his stroke out. Makes the shot so much easier than trying to hold it.
Yep. Nice shot.
Yeah. Great
Stop.
playing from Clay.
Mm-hmm. Stop bleeding. Get on track. 3-4.
Now it's closer to 4-1 odds.
And that was a break and run. And we were just talking about that. If Clay wants to have a chance at winning this finals, he has to do just that.
Yeah.
Break well and control the table.
Yeah, it's like a seesaw. Once you shoot well and then apply pressure, your opponent may not be able to maintain the performance as consistent.
Now I see them racking the 2 and the 3 in the back corners. Is that a rule in this tournament? Do you have to rack the 2 and the 3 in the back corners?
Secret didn't say it was required, I don't believe.
No, she didn't say. There's no rule for a 2 and 3, but some may. I don't know. Some may be used to 2 and 3. I don't know if that's pattern racking or not.
Well, that's kind of, it's debatable, right? BCA has that rule of 2 and 3 in the back corners, but many people say, well, that's a form of pattern racking. If you can get familiar with how the balls break and you can control the 1, 2, 3 into a certain pattern, it can give you an advantage. So if it's not a rule that you have to, I think it should be random.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, since it's racking, sometimes what I found myself doing is like I just unintentionally or unconsciously leave the 2 and 3, the last 2 balls to rack.
Yeah.
Just because I'm so used to the form of the racking, the motion of racking other balls first and then leave the 2 and 3 out.
Mm-hmm.
It becomes a habit. Like if I intentionally want to break that habit and try to be random, is it still random? I don't know. Sounds like a philosophical question now.
Yeah, it's one of those things that people like to comment in the chat about. Everybody has an opinion. Sort of like the purple 5 ball. Oh, good try from Clay. Good try. That was a dry break from Steven and an opportunity for Clay to take a little control here. Just overhits that.
I felt like me. All I did was like attempt to save the good safeties, but just overrun here and there, and eventually leave a good chance instead for the opponent. Okay.
And do you guys see any trouble here in this rack? I'm looking at where the 5 ball is. The purple 5 does not play to the top left corner, so that does have to be figured out, the position on the 4 to get to the 5.
Even the 4, though, what's the position to get on the 4 before that, even?
I think 4 ball goes to side.
You play it in the side? Yeah, it's pretty thin.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just natural because 2 to 3 floated to the center table, and now the angle is leading towards the. You can go one row just into that line, and also if you just go straight, it's close to the straight. You can kind of float it down to be natural on the short side 5 as well. So
yeah, I think that answers that question probably. You're gonna have to do that.
I like playing 4 up in the top corner and following up, but he's doing what you said, Shu Cheng. He's going 4 in the.
Yeah, the thing for going for this top corner is if you overrun it to the other side,
Yeah.
there's no no easy way of
Getting to the 5.
Yeah. So this way, if you overrun the position, you still have the corner pocket to the rescue.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Now, does he play it off the 10 here to?
No, I don't think 10 is
It's okay.
I think 10 is too far out. Yeah,
Yeah.
just barely. He might be too straight. That's what he's looking at.
Just take your medicine shot. Maybe just leave the cue ball right a little bit past where the 4 ball is now, and play the more difficult 5. Nope.
Yeah, he's fine.
Oh, he got there, yeah. But a little bit hampered is all.
His medicine tastes different than my medicine. My medicine is way worse tasting.
I
It all
prefer.
How?
Sorry,
Wait.
bumping that 10 ball like you did makes the 10 easier at the end. Sorry.
Yeah, actually, yeah. That's wide open now. I think you can actually get this run out fairly easily, just getting on the 9 anywhere up table or towards the top of the table from the 9. So
Still not easy because this shot.
this is the shot, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, grape juice. I was gonna say secret. I prefer grape juice over
Madison.
over that medicine. Yeah, different kind of medicine.
I almost want to go forward and then nudge the 7.
I think that is the play. That's my first instinct. Probably is nudge forward and go off the 7 and go forward like a rail or 2. He just decided to blast it. Oh,
it hopped off that ball. And it puts the 10 back on the rail into a worse spot than it was originally.
Yeah, this is way worse. Oh man.
Yeah, this is. It's almost like at a point that it doesn't go either way. Yeah, because you can see the tiny compression of the rail. It's frozen.
Yeah, but that's no. You can't even do that weird compress into the side pocket shot. So
No, it's not close to the pocket. Close enough to the side pocket yet. When the 10 is there, even if it go perfect onto the short side, it's hard for the symbol to roll past the side pocket because it's all a little bit into the rail.
yeah, kind of unlucky, but he decided to blast into it instead of going forward and misses this shot. Maybe he got into his head.
Yeah, no, that's true.
So now it's going to be Clay's problem to deal with this 10 ball, and he goes right away and looks at the 10.
Yeah.
First thing that he did when come to the table. What am I going to do with this 10 ball?
It's dead frozen, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was one rack between me and Clay. I think there was a cluster, 7-9 cluster on the upper right side corner. And during that game, both of us, we kind of just missed a rather easy shot. And after I missed, Clay immediately said, neither of us wanted that. Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Right there. That was the
Epic
shot. That was beautiful. Can we get a replay of that one? Because that was absolutely spectacular. That's exactly what he needed to be able to have a good opportunity to run out this rack. He had to move the 10.
Look at that. Wow.
He
Thins
had to
it.
miss the 9. He had to miss the 9 coming back off that bank shot.
And the body English, too.
Spectacular shot from Clay Belvoir. Highlight reel worthy.
Yeah, that's might be shot of the match so far. Wow. He's got to run out, though, to make it worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to do the same guy thing, right? Where you make a spectacular shot and then you dog the simple one.
This is one thing, though, that Clay always talks about whenever I've played with him. Or one thing I learned from him was when you make a big shot like that, there's always so much pressure on the next shot for kind of no good reason. Mm-hmm. And you saw him there. He just he was about to shoot the 7. And he's like, I'm going to go walk over here, wipe my cue off with my towel, kind of mentally start over. And then you're good to go. Wow.
I think he just wanted to give us an opportunity to show his replay.
Yeah, that's really what it was. I was good, a little concerned, but he took a break, so we were good.
All right.
We don't have to tell the viewers that, though. It's all right.
Is he straight enough that he can just drop?
Sorry.
Back to the, or even cheat a little bit?
I think cheat, go forward, or he can just draw straight back and play 10 on the side.
Yeah, if you can cheat, just draw back a little. Yeah, just like that.
Yeah, he was going that direction either way.
To the side or
Spectacular out.
Straight into the side. Nice.
Well played. Clay is playing at a very high level. Not that that's unexpected. He's definitely got it in him,
Mm-hmm.
and he knows he has to play his best.
I can hear them on the microphone talking about it. He's like, "Yeah, nice shot. I thought it was frozen." He's like, "Yeah, it definitely was. I thought it was too." But Stephen Folan giving his respects for the good shot there from Clay.
Yeah, I didn't think he had enough room with the 9-ball there to bank that back, because I was thinking about that, but I thought, oh, the 9-ball's definitely in the way. But no, he shortened it up perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I guess to some extent the 9-ball helped, because you just think of avoiding the 9-ball and that you will most likely go short rather than go too long.
And it would be impossible to hit the 10 and not make the ball, right? If you're hitting that side of the 10, the ball's definitely going to go in the side.
Yeah.
So there's no risk of breaking out the 10 and missing, right? So if you miss the shot, that
Yeah.
means you hit the 9-ball or whatever, and no big deal, because it's a problem. It's still a problem for Steven. So
Yeah.
an excellent choice.
All right, that's a much better break, but unfortunately, I don't think anything goes.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's a much better cue ball, but
Yeah, much better cue ball, but also this time, like his cue ball, he didn't cross the rack to the other side.
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Wow.
sometimes you can put down a perfect break and still nothing goes in.
Yep. And the 1-8 is there for Steven to adjust the angle for the 1-2, but now he's a little too straight, I think.
Maybe a side view here, see what kind of angle he has on this one. Yeah, very straight and on the rail.
It's going
Yeah.
towards the left short rail here, I think. So if he wants to work his cue ball, it can really only go forward, I think.
You gonna take your medicine
Good
and
choice.
play the cue ball from a long distance spot? I think he's looking
He
at
has
this.
to. Yeah, I think he has to. No grape juice here.
No,
He's going past the clusters and try to shoot from that side.
oh, did he
This
get there
is-
though?
This is good, I think. Yeah.
Good? Okay.
This he can just follow it one rail now up and down the table, or down and up the table. Sorry, hit like 1.5 diamonds away from this bottom left corner pocket. Or
For the
he's
safety.
playing safe.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
is like
I
a
like
Josh Filler shot if he goes
and
forward.
bring the
not-
cue ball back down into the pile, but the 2-ball going down there too.
Safety.
You got
I
that
think-
fortunate.
I think he was playing the shot. No.
I think he was playing the shot. He was definitely trying to bring the cue ball back.
Might have just elevated a little bit.
All right. It's technically cut to the side or the bottom corner. It's just if Clay decided. I mean, if this is the only edge he can see, he'd better attack, maybe.
These are ones where I'm trying to think of what to do, and I really don't have a good idea.
Yeah, because you can only see very thin edge of the ball anyways, so
He's going to try to make it.
just attack.
Yeah,
Mm,
and it's two-way. It's a two-way. It was a good two-way shot there, because he's bringing that cue ball back where he's got a full look at the 3.
Yep.
And he played at great speed to keep the 2-ball down table.
Can Folan just 2 from there?
think so. It might be full.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fortunate.
Sell
Yeah,
out, I
very-
think, though.
Window.
Ooh. It's
The
close.
back cut here looks manageable, but you're going to lose the cue ball. No, I don't know.
It's really thin,
Actually.
actually. Yeah.
That's very thin.
But if you try to hit the 6 with the cue ball, even if you undercut it, it would be okay, probably.
Yeah.
If
That's
you
tough.
run, yeah.
He's looking to hit there. He's pushing the
Looking-
2-ball there, maybe, or pushing the cue ball there.
two.
I like Xu Cheng's idea. Try to run the cue ball into the 6.
Mhm.
Focus on all cue ball here.
No, Clay's
I
doing
think
safety.
he's doing a safety. I think he's banking the 2 to the left
Yep.
side rail.
Using the 3-4 as the wall. He likes that, but I think
Too
this one
hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that the frustration. Clay is looking exactly like when I was playing Clay. Clay is the me.
In this case, yeah.
Because when he was playing me, the safeties he made like a couple of
Perfect.
those paper perfectly. But
Mhm.
it's just the pressure. Like when you know that if you leave something out, opponent will be able to run out. The pressure is different. And even for just those safeties. We little it's a little awkward.
Yeah, he's going towards the 5, right?
Yeah, I think
A little,
might-
just a stun follow a couple inches just to keep the cue ball in that gap is probably what he wants here.
it's
Unless he
hard.
wants to find the gap between the 9 and 10.
I like drawing back.
He can stun to the rail too.
I like. Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, those there. It's hard to tell sometimes on these angles on the cameras, but
Especially if the cube and the object is close.
mm-hmm.
It's hard to tell the angle exactly. All right, now requires a good shot to go. Wow, clean top spin.
And it looked like he barely even put anything on that. That's
It's just like top spin, but he has to hit very accurately on where the cube meets the object.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Oh, wow. A lot closer than he wanted to get to that corner pocket. But fortunate for him that he has an angle, because he could have easily gotten straight on that 6 ball, and that would have made things a lot tougher for him as well. Angle allows him to get out a bit.
All right, still not too trivial. Go bottom left 2 rail.
2 rails center of the table, around the
Hit
9.
Oh, hit the 10.
He hit it
Oof.
good. He hit it so good.
Yep. All right, now it's just 1 rail, side or corner.
You can also draw or stun it a little bit. It's gonna roll it though. Yeah.
Yeah, like side pocket for the 10 ball. Looks pretty big.
2 rail.
Mm-hmm. Let out the stroke.
But you have to make sure you don't hit too low on the cue ball accidentally, though.
Looks like we're gonna get a player break, maybe.
5-4.
Yep. Player break time. All right. I think we're back to the action. Player break is over. And we're rocking and rolling. Clay Belvoir, Stephen Folan in the finals. In the booth, we got Shu Cheng Chow in the room, and we've got Patrick Nix as well, streaming or calling in from home. I'm on the East Coast in Virginia, running this live stream here at OX Billiards. Christian Younger's in the booth. We're ready to get going for a second half, but a big miss from Stephen here. Uh-oh.
Yeah, that was unexpected. These guys have been playing so solid. Early game error there, and we've been talking about how important the breaks are. He put down a good break and gave up the table right after that. So
Unexpected.
chance for Clay to really get something going here. Definitely an opportunity he needed in this alternate break format. We've seen a couple break and runs already, and I expect to see more.
he's thinking a little bit more about this than usual.
I think the 6 doesn't quite go to the upper left corner.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
9's definitely got him blocked there, but now it's tough. How's he going to get on the short side of the 6 here other than going 3 or 4 rails?
Yeah, 4 rails, I think, to the other side of the 6.
Yeah,
I think that's his line. Yeah. Come around the 8 and 10. And he wants to catch that 4th rail on the side. And either have the 6 in the side pocket or the
lower,
or the lower corner, yeah.
or upper corner if he can really get to the.
Yeah, this line allows him a margin of error a little bit. If he goes too far or not far enough, he's still going to have a pocket for that 6 ball. Now it's probably the worst case scenario is that he ended up on the rail down there.
The angle is okay for this for the lower left corner, but just requires some accuracy for shooting long shot.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. It's not a shot that anybody wants to be taking here. It's a high level of difficulty.
Yeah.
But luckily, like you said, the leave is natural, so he doesn't have to try to force anything or put any kind of spin here. It should be natural.
Nice shot.
Very well controlled.
Cue ball.
Good. He's good. Now.
Well, spice and everything nice on that one. Oof.
Had to make us sweat a little bit. And I think he's looking for a draw here because I think that 9 is in the way of coming forward 2 rails.
Yeah, I don't like going forward on this one if you can avoid it. If he's like a ball or even a half ball length to the left where he is, then you can actually go forward. This one just gets risky. He could do it if he's got a good stroke on it, but he's a little bit weird on the rail, jacked up kind of. I don't know. It's going to be tough.
Yeah, the draw shot is a little tough because you have to jack up on it, but we saw how well he did that in a couple of shots against Xu Cheng. So I would assume that that's the way he's going. No, he's going to try to avoid the 9. He does.
Yeah, good shot.
Yeah, well done.
It needs a good stroke, that shot, if he's going to go for that to avoid the 9, because it needs to arc a little bit off the follow. Did pretty well.
Yep.
And Secret Wong saying in the chat, she's just an FYI, got more events coming up in the next quarter of this year. April's going to be a big one.
Nice. I can't wait to see the flyers for the next set of Stick Game Strong events. Always entertaining. She puts on tournaments for every level of player from the highest to the lowest. I think she had down to a 480 and under or 460 and under for the lower end players, and then this open event getting the monsters in. So it's a good mix that she puts on with her tournaments that gets really everybody in the whole pool community an opportunity to compete and to win good prizes.
Now Clays drew this ball a little bit less than he would have wanted. Makeable 10 ball, but it's going to be a tough shot. Might be a big swing in this match. Wants it to be 5-5.
These are the ones where they say, if you miss it on the pro side, right?
Oh, yeah.
Overcut it. He did miss it on the pro side, but
not that close.
Yeah, that's not a little too close to the pocket to. Yeah, he wasn't planning on missing that though.
No, I think if he's like kind of hitting with that power, even missing on the pro side, the 10 will bounce back out.
Yeah. That's why I said when he hit it with that much power, I know he wasn't even considering the miss.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of that when you say miss on the people say miss on the pro side, and it's like you're telling yourself it's okay to miss, but just do it this way. Is that good? Do you think?
Yeah, it goes back to that mental situation we were talking about earlier, right? Do you think about missing at all anyway in general, or do you just approach it in this way? I guess it kind of depends on your preference, but I like shooting it with outside spin, and I guess you can hear me out on this one, but outside spin on that shot, like I said earlier, if you do miss from slow rolling it or from letting the spin grab the cloth, you tend to miss it thin, which on that shot is the pro side miss technically, right? So if you hit it as you expect it with outside spin, you'll make it in the pocket, and if you miss it, you'll probably miss on the pro side if you're going to miss, which is a tendency to miss thin when you let the spin grab if you're hitting it at pace, right? So I think that's something that I would focus on more personally, as opposed to thinking about missing on the pro side. I don't know what you guys do. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, my opinion is obviously that it's the commitment issue, right? If you're thinking about missing on the pro side, you're not truly committing to the shot, and that can, it's not good. But I think either you commit to the safety. If the shot is too hard and it's too low percentage for you, you commit to the safety and you play it, overcutting it, and put it on the bottom rail, send the cue ball up table.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you just absolutely 100% commit to making that ball. But I think that's my opinion.
Yeah, that's kind of all in the mental realm of things, right? There's not really a wrong decision there, right? You just mentally have to think about it in a certain way to be committed to it, right? Can't really say you should hit it with side or no side or stun or whatever, right? It's kind of just pick which one you want and go for it, right?
Yeah.
My for those shots is, so for example, for take the shot Clay had as an example. When you're actually shooting with authority and try to bring the cue ball back, with that speed, like the pro side probably wouldn't make too much sense. But if you are having to cut that one like with soft slow roll, I think it's not that you're thinking of missing it. You're thinking of making a ball to the thinner side of the pocket. So you're aiming at that point of the pocket. And why to do that is because sometimes there could be a little kick or something like this, just something unknown. And if nothing happens and you shoot very accurately, you still make the shot.
Mm-hmm.
And you're committing to like hitting the ball to that exact spot.
Yeah.
If some little variable happens, it kicked a little bit. Since you aim to the thinner side, it still helps you. Like you can still make it, and that's good too. But if you just happen to hit a tiny bit too thin on the other side, or like if you miss on the thicker side, since you aimed at the thinner side, you can make it.
Yeah.
The only time it's not good is if there's no like throw or something and you hit on the thinner side, and that's the only time that's no good. And if that happens, since you aim at the thinner side, the object ball went to a long rail and then bounced back to the short rail, and that's the only time you miss, but you don't leave too much for opponent.
Mm-hmm.
So if you consider all those 4 kind of scenarios or 5 scenarios, basically you are almost always good by aiming it to the thinner side of the pocket.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Dennis Fan agrees with you there. Missing to the pro side equals committing to one side of the pocket over the other.
Okay. Good.
That's kind of the same idea, I guess. Prathamesh is chiming in as well, saying percentages change a lot when you're hitting it firm versus slow, and he'd rather not think about missing any side if you're a favorite to make it. And I think that's more to Patrick's point, right? We were saying you want to just commit to something positive as opposed to thinking about the negative in any way.
Yeah. Yeah. So great to hear you guys' perspectives. I always appreciate that because, those kind of shots come up a lot in rotation, and we hear that a lot. Miss it on the pro side. It's like, if you're telling yourself to miss it, then you should just commit to a safety.
We should call it something else, really.
Yeah. So a great safety from Clay to give Folan a jump shot opportunity, and Steven jumped the cue ball off the table, bounced off the top of the ball and went off the table. So giving Clay the reward here of a ball in hand to get something going. There's the replay on that jump shot. He just didn't time the bounce quite right, and it hit the ball as it's bouncing upward.
Yeah, it happens. Tends to happen more on those long distance jump shots, right? Even if you're doing a small jump over the ball you're on, it can still, depending on how hard you hit it, can still land weirdly on the next ball.
Yeah, you have to time that bounce to where it's hitting the ball on the way down as opposed to the way up.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really difficult thing to do.
Alrighty,
So-
well,
Yeah, Clay got good on the 6 ball. That was kind of the challenge here is the 6. He wanted to be straight on it, but not blocked by the 10.
Yeah, on that shot, I actually prefer to go to have more angle and go 2 rail back to the long rail. This one, I think he's just at the sweet spot that it could just draw past the 10 or stun out like that. But it's a
Yeah.
little touchy. Yeah.
it's nice though. He had a stop shot on that pink 4 into the side, so you guarantee that line. And now he's looking at 8 ball, probably gonna be going forward on this 7.
Exactly. Yeah, that's why I wanted to be straight on the 7 so I can just stop on the 7. And to be able to do that, I want to park my cue ball on the long rail.
Mm-hmm.
You can do what he's doing right now, but still you require a good shot from the 8 to the 9.
And this is stroke if he goes around the 9 to hold it.
Yeah, this is like you have to shoot with a lot of left, but you can't shoot too hard.
Yeah. Here he might be going the other side. If he could just stun and get close to the 9 and go to the second rail on the left side rail and come up, but I think the first shot is really the shot. He's got to just hold it.
Yep, a lot of left, as I said. Yeah.
That was the thin side of the pocket. That's what happens when that spin grabs with the outside spin once again.
And again, like we were talking about earlier, hitting it soft at a soft speed with a lot of spin
Yeah.
adds a lot of difficulty.
'Cause
he
you-
mitigated that well.
You couldn't do that if that's not in your arsenal. On that shot, maybe the best option is what Christian said, to stun it. But if you stun it, you're guaranteed with a super long shot on the 9 ball.
Mm-hmm.
Because even like Clay was doing like a drag and maximum left, still the cue ball drifts kind of away from the 9. And if it's a stun, I would imagine the cue ball going pretty close to the per rail. Nice recovery. And he's holding it, even though you can feel some of the shots that he's not 100% as he was at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, that first shot to go from I think 1 to 2, the ball in hand 1 to 2. He kind of did that classic little practice swing to your chest that people do, kind of when they're not feeling their stroke quite right. But he managed to get away out of it. I see Danny do that a lot when he's not feeling it. He kind of swings his arm at his chest without a cue, just to kind of get the arm working or something.
And I think that I don't know for sure, but the players that break have won a very high percentage in this set so far. I think that there was maybe, and that's the difference in the score is really that Steven had taken one that Clay broke, but I believe Steven's won all of his breaks, and that's the difference.
Ooh, try break. Oh wow! The 1 ball got punched into the pocket. Yeah, probably you're right, Patrick. I wasn't paying too much attention on like the serving and breaking situation, but you'd be right.
The players are doing a very good job of breaking, getting a ball in, and staying in control of the table. There's been a couple of back and forths, but for the most part, that control has maintained through the racks.
I guess that's why they're in the finals.
That's right. The break is not as much of an advantage for the players of my caliber. It's a little advantage, but not a huge one. But it's a big advantage when you get up into this level.
Yeah, once you can consistently, ooh, that is a
That's gonna be trouble.
very risky route. I think you wanted to go past the 5 and 10. Not too sure. Or maybe he just shot. Wanted to leave to the right side of the 4, which is somehow understroke.
Yeah, uncharacteristic there. I'm not sure what he was trying.
Oh, what a beautiful jump shot.
Yeah.
He says, no problem. I got in trouble, but I'm good. Hold my beer.
Combo time.
Yeah.
Combo time, and as long as he can control the fall ball to hit the left part of the six, or like rather the full part of the six, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like
No, he did exactly what you said. He called it. Hit that fat side, settle the four ball near the pocket, and you got a run out chance now.
that's a break and run. I would think. Wow, overran that one.
Yeah, I think that's all because he caught it thin to the pocket. He could have gone a little bit thicker.
He still has it 5, though.
Yeah, it still goes. It's just barely there. Just a little
However-
bit fancier than you wanted to be. I think he's got to spin around the 7 now, 2 rails though, just to get a good stroke on it.
I'm okay with like low right.
Yeah, low
Um,
right. Yeah.
No, low right, but not having to swing past, but low right so that the low, yeah, like that. When it gets to the 5, the low is gone. So it's like a drag shot, but with right.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So like a slower spinning right spin. Yeah. I got what you're saying. Yeah, there's a lot of space to play into, so either option is there for sure.
Ooh, drawing to the other.
50-yard line on the 8 ball. So we're seeing some positional errors from Steven. He's getting out of them because he's such a great player and shot maker. But
I like cutting it this way, like he's doing.
Yeah, 2,
Natural
3,
to get on the 9.
right. Nice. Even the 4th rail.
Yeah.
Perfect.
oh, yeah.
Really,
Wow.
really good.
Wow. It takes a lot of hours of practice to get to play shots like that consistently. So an amazing run out. Made it tougher than he needed to at times, but his skill got him through the rack with that great jump shot earlier.
Yeah, let's take a look at that last positional shot too. I forgot to get the replay on the jump shot, but here's that outside spin. 4 rails. Getting pretty nice and straight on this 9 ball.
Yeah, he couldn't have been any better on this 9.
Yeah.
All right, Steven hitting the 7th rack.
And that's a break and run, right?
It's
It was a break and run, yeah.
So quick response from Steven, putting the pressure back on Clay. 10-1 favorite, look, or 9-1 favorite? No, 10-1 technically, right? 10-1 odds to win this. 2 racks needed for Steven and 4 for Clay. Can Clay get there? Can he get over the line and put the pressure back on? It's got to start with this rack here, though.
Christian, what was the session ID? I think I accidentally.
Okay.
Could you type?
So really good break put down by Clay to try to maintain control of this one. After that break and run, spectacular highlight reel worthy out from Folan. Let's see if Clay can answer that with one of his own here.
This is tough. First shot out of of the rack, and he's already kind of tricky on this 2-ball.
I think it should help a bit after I turn down the headphone volume.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I think the microphone was picking up some of it from the headphone. Ooh, 10 ball.
Okay. We both go, at the same time. What do you do here? Safety is not. I'm not in a real easy place to get to here.
Looking at the carom combo, but I think it's just a little bit too much, pushing too much to limit to hit the right spot on the 7. Because you have to hit super thin on the 3 and even probably use a tiny bit of left spin to swing the 7 ball, which...
Yeah. There's 2 ways to hit every carom, though, right? There's like the thick way and the thin way. You might have to go the thicker side where he hits the 3 ball pretty full and then uses like a force follow to run into the 7, but that's such a much harder carom to gauge.
Yeah, that's much harder too.
What do you think about the safety, though? He could play the 3 to the right long rail down to the bottom rail and play the cue ball between the 8 and the right long rail up table. Maybe get behind the 6 or the 4.
And that's what he's
That's
doing.
what he's doing.
8
He's
and
trying to.
7.
Very
Yeah,
good. Manageable.
I'm not sure if Steven can see the thin edge or not.
Yeah.
I don't think he can, but the kick and stick is on.
Yeah,
He's especially on the side.
The 7 is there. I think at his level, he's comfortable with controlling the cue ball to go towards a 7. Oh,
he called it. Called the side pocket.
Caught it this time.
Track that as a highlight reel shot for sure. That was really something.
Here we can see it again. Just make sure he called it into the side pocket because it always has a chance, and there it goes.
And the idea is to use the 7 or the 8. If he had slightly too full, then the cue ball could hide behind a 7 or 8. All right.
Wow. How do you beat that?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, Clay played, he's in a bad spot.
Yeah. I mean, it could, like on that shot, if Steven the 4 just went slightly off and he didn't make it, then it's probably a sellout for Clay. So,
yeah. I mean, the only way you beat that maybe is gluing him up against that ball on the safety as opposed to letting him kick the 1 rail or trying to play the separation more so that you're kind of putting him all the way up table.
Well, you could also say that Clay put himself in that spot, right, where he didn't get his shape on the 3. So that's
true. Yeah.
If he would have gotten the shape on the 3 ball, he wouldn't have had to play that safety. So just being a little bit better than your opponent at the
running out.
Yeah.
This is looking a little close.
Yeah.
I think he's okay.
It's only cue ball foul, so it's not too big of a deal, even if he nudged the 10 with his shirt. All right, 7 to 10. Let's see how Steven is controlling that shot. Slow rolling. I like that. Straight, but you have the whole pocket to cheat, to manage the angle, to create angles. I think you'll do a draw, spin, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Playing strong.
Yeah, I think Steven's pattern is like closer, or I should say mine pattern is closer to Steven's, but he just does it with more consistency and control on his cue ball, yeah.
Yeah, you're calling a lot of the shots, that's for sure. And Steven goes up another one on the hill. Can he close it out? Do you think this is too big for Clay to overcome?
Yeah, I think the odds are far in the favor of Steven here, as Fargo rate suggests, and that was one where, you know, he won against Clay's break, right? And maybe that was only the second one, but that's the difference in the score. Is that Steven has won every single one of his breaks, including a couple of break and runs, and so it just makes it very, very difficult for Clay to come back.
I believe it's Steven's break now, if I'm not
Yeah, 'cause
mistaken.
that was Clay's break.
Should be Steven's break.
Steven had a break and run 2 racks ago, and then Clay broke this.
The video, the feed on previous rack, probably.
I know that Clay won the lag in the beginning, so Clay should be breaking the odd racks. And this is 8-5, so this is rack 14. This is going to be Steven.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep, just confirming the replay that we didn't get out of order, and Clay did break the last rack. So
And so now
chances on.
As including this one, at least 3 more chances to break.
Yeah,
No, 2 more chances to break, at least.
He's got 2 break and runs so far in this match, right?
Yep. Let's see. Once a good player gets loose, it's dangerous. Oh.
2 and 4 ball drops.
Oh, the 5 ball.
No, look at the 1.
I mean, he can still see the edge, I think. Probably. The very thin edge.
Actually, yeah, technically, he can cut it into this upper left corner pocket, right?
Yeah, but it's how to get back to the 3.
I don't know if it's ever worth it.
All right, I guess at least Clay will have a turn.
Depends how much of this one he can see, though.
Yeah.
Can he spin around the rails, and can he hit the gap between 8 and 10 after making the 1? I don't think so. It's too steep, right?
It's already hard to avoid the scratch. Like, you have to hit thin and soft to not scratch, I think.
Mm-hmm. But if he does manage, I mean, if he could manage to hit that gap, that would be the natural 3-rail position to come up to.
He's jumping it now.
He's calling the bank shot.
Yep. Jump bank. Ooh, got top of the ball again. It's actually pretty accurate. The line is there, but he just hopped over it, so it's not taking impact.
Yeah.
All right, challenge for Clay.
Yeah, Clay needs to take full advantage of this opportunity because they've been just so few opportunities. One mistake and it loses you the rack pretty much. So I'd say to win this, have a chance for him to win the set, he's got to play pretty much perfect.
Mm-hmm. Well, he has to win this rack, and hopefully, like, if he can, for example, break him in the next rack, then the scoreline becomes 8-7. Suddenly, there's pressure for Steven.
That's right.
Yeah, it's all based on assumption that he's able to close out this one first.
And it's all here for him. If he can just stay composed, this is one that he runs out at a fairly high percentage.
A little soft, but should be okay because the gap between the 9 and the rail is not too hard to get around.
You're thinking go around the 9?
Yeah,
I think he should be able to come off
forward.
the bottom rail forward without touching the 9.
Oh, you mean like even with a little reverse English?
Yeah, just a touch it inside. I think on top should be able to avoid the 9 and come straight back.
I think it naturally hits just right, like to the left of the 9 ball. So
might be around the 9, yeah.
Yeah, just don't hit to the maximum top like close to the center left, it will probably what I do. Yeah, I mean he got it
was-
okay. Yeah, because I think like naturally it will roll to that point,
Like
so you
full.
can either use left or right to get around.
I see.
It's tricky to tell
It
sometimes.
worked good. You got a nice nudge off the 9. Give him
Yep.
a decent look at the 7 ball.
All right, straight is fine.
Yeah,
Just need to make it.
good
This
recovery.
looks pretty good.
He did rattle one of those playing me though.
I don't think he's rattling this. Maybe he is
Second
thinking about
was-
that instance though.
No, because actually this angle somehow it's more difficult when the ball is closer to the rail because you can't hit the any point. If you nudge the point, it wouldn't go. All right, I think he's can take a breath now after making his 10. Nicely done.
Okay.
6-8 is the score.
And let's
Next
see,
one, Clay's break.
let's see if he can complete your prediction of closing out that rack and breaking and running the next and putting that pressure back on Folan.
Yeah, I sure hope so. I sure hope so. Everyone loves Hill Hill.
Because if it's Hill Hill, it'll be Clay's break.
Yeah.
Whatever the outcome, both of these players have showed a lot of heart and a lot of skill. And they have definitely shown us why they're in this finals match.
And thanks for setting up the stream, Christian. I think it's definitely it will be beneficial for a lot of players to be able to see all those open tournament streams.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
problem. It's a good time, and we get to show off some of the good equipment and the good players in the Northwest.
Yeah.
Always a
Absolutely.
worthy investment.
Always enjoy the OX streams. You do such a fantastic job. The quality is amazing, and then when you top that off with high quality players, that it's just absolutely top notch. You can't get any better.
Unfortunate for Clay. I think if you replay that break, he just the cue will cross the rack just a tiny bit again, and the 6 almost dropped, but it hit both points of the left side pocket and went out.
But a little bit of navigation required here, because the 3 to the 4 is going to be a very difficult transition.
Not necessarily, because of the 2, as long as he can get to close to straight. Ooh, spicy.
A chance.
Yeah, I think he was really thinking a lot about getting the right shape on the
Yeah.
2 because you had to get the right shape for the 3-4 transition. And, sometimes thinking that far ahead causes you to lose a little bit of focus on the task at hand right in front of you, which is the 1 ball.
Yeah.
And opportunity for Clay.
Harder problem will be the 7 ball, actually. Ooh.
Wow, it's gonna go too far.
Run it, yeah. May not be a bad thing. I mean, just regroup and play some safety game from there. Because actually, for the 6 to 7, looking at it, it's not trivial either. Spanking it is going attack mode. Yeah. Good thing is if he can make it, I think this cue ball will I think he will draw a tiny bit from there, or even a stop shot from there. Yeah, like that. And oof, almost made it. And if you miss like that, the cluster is his friend to help block the 2. But if you made it, then the angle is pretty natural from 3 to 4.
Yeah, good shot from Clay. Good choice and good speed that he hit it at, keeping that keeping that pack, the
Mm-hmm.
stack of balls between the cue ball and the 2.
Yep. I think we are going to see Folan hitting rather hard on this shot. Yeah, like that to create separation. Make the cue ball run up table.
Oh,
Not so lucky this time. I
oh,
think the cap
yeah.
is there. Yeah,
It goes.
yeah, it goes. But
How do you get on the
now
3? Force
it's
it?
hard. Yeah. You could if you hit super sweet with top left. I think it's enough for the cue ball to swing to the other side, but it's very
This,
risky.
this run out is incredibly difficult because
Yeah.
getting on the 3 for 1, and then the 3 to the 4 transition, and then the 4 to the 5, which the 5
Yeah.
is all the way down there. You know, these
Yeah.
are all very difficult transitions between balls. The way that these are laid out,
Yeah, I think he's doing the top.
Yeah.
Um,
This has to be
probably not-
softer.
Yeah, soft. I think I don't. Now thinking about it again, I probably will settle with like I won't try to force it to use the left, just because if I understroke it a tiny bit, I might run into the 4 and 10 and hook myself. Like that would be the most disastrous situation. All right, he hit a sweet, too sweet actually.
He
to be
wants an angle.
straight. Yeah, this is okay. He can draw back and then regroup and then make a safety from there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't blame. Like I will happily take that.
At least if he gets
shot.
the cue ball back to where it is now, right?
Yeah, yeah. Draw back and then probably it's better because now you can bring the 4 ball up table to be closer to the 5. Ooh, going forward. He's trying really hard to get to a run out position.
Mm.
All right, now what?
I think you just got to take your medicine now, thin this left edge, and play behind the 9 ball.
Yeah, probably. The thing is, if
tricky.
you thin it, I think the 10 ball should help.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But,
I think that's why you can actually hit it a little bit thicker than like paper thin, you know?
Yeah, but actually, it's hard for the cue ball to hide behind the 9. I think the cue ball will track more towards the 5 instead.
Yeah.
The dangerous part is that if you hit too thick, you might not hit a rail.
Yeah. So you need to get to the rail for sure.
Yeah.
I'm
So
thinking.
I think you have to dedicate to hitting full to use the 10 by the stopper.
Yeah, hit it full in the face, so it's perfect, right?
Yeah, and then the cue ball with top spin to avoid the 8 and go up table to hit the top shelf.
So kind of like aim the 4 at the pocket almost. So it's a pretty full hit in that case, almost like a half ball hit.
Yeah.
That's what he did. And then the 10 gets the
10
rail.
ball.
Nice
10 ball
shot.
gets the rail. Nice shot.
you guys really did a good job commentating that one. I'm looking at it going, God, I don't know what I would do. But listening to you guys, I'm like, that does sound like a good idea. And look at how he executed it.
Yeah. Because if the 10 ball is not there, it would be hard. I mean, well, if the 10 ball is not there, then it goes to the side probably. But 10 ball really helped in that situation.
Yeah, it's just using the tools that are on the table, which is that 10 ball to stop and hold the position of that 4. So all you had to really do is control the speed of the cue ball once you had that angle.
Yeah.
And he did it exceptionally well.
All right. Now the pressure goes to Steven.
What do you call too if you're playing safe on this? You gonna call the 4? Or you gonna go 2 rails at it?
Well, in this case, I wouldn't call anything. Maybe I would call a 4 in the side just in case.
Yeah.
That is what he called.
Yeah. But I think it's blocked by the 4.
Yeah, we all know that he was just calling it to call something.
All right. Open table-ish for Clay.
But that 8 ball has moved down table to hinder a little bit of positional area for the 5 ball.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to be that straight on the 5 anyways, but it just kind of added a little more obstacle area for the Or
And
to the 5.
it also blocks off that pocket for the 5. So if you wanted to go short side, you
Right,
doesn't
that's right.
doesn't
Yeah.
it doesn't help
yeah.
you.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're right. Because the more natural angle will be to spin around to the other side for the short side.
Hmm.
What will I do? Probably definitely make this one because now all the balls are kind of on the rail. It's hard to use any of those as a wall now.
I've got it. I think I've got the shot.
What is it?
Hit the 4 ball
Yeah.
directly up and down the table to where the 4 nestles between the 8 and 5, and it leaves the cue ball on the bottom rail down here.
Oh, I see. So you're kind of doing a snooker cross.
Yeah. Hit the 4 ball directly to that center diamond and straight up the table. Get it to go straight up the table and try to nestle it between the 8 and 5, leaving the cue ball down table. It would make it really difficult for Folan to retaliate from that position.
Yeah, if you can really hit the 4 into like in between the 4, 8 and 5, yes.
Yeah.
But he's
Oh no!
that's really painful.
That was
Disaster.
a very
Worst of the
aggressive
worst.
attempt.
He might have been going 2 rails out of that corner fast with side, and then going out up the other right hand corner of the table, maybe trying to get into the 5 somehow. I don't know.
The level of difficulty of that shot to get position to make that shot was so hard compared to, I think, the one that I was looking at.
One thing I was thinking about too was if he just rolls it with top, maybe a tiny bit of inside, and gets the cue ball to go bottom rail, hit the gap between 6 and the left long rail, and then goes towards the 5. Along that whole line, he's got a shot. It's going to be a thin cut, but he's guaranteed a shot, and the whole center of the table is open. So just going kind of more natural. I'm not sure if it was really there, though.
To solve the problem for the 7.
Oh, is he going to bust a 7
Yeah.
open? Hit the 9?
Yeah, hit the 9. Have to hit straight on, not so well.
Not enough.
Not enough.
It was really close.
I got him. He doesn't want to hit like on the other side too much because you could block us. Like the 9 ball could hit 1 rail back and block between the cube and the 5.
Yeah, that's like millimeters though. If that 9 is touching the rail, that 7 would go probably.
Yeah, probably.
This is a good attempt.
Yeah, I don't know. The previous shot, the 4 ball, I think I would try to looking at this angle, the 7 might go to the side, but you can't shoot it hard.
Yeah, that's the problem. 7 to 8 is gonna be weird when you use that thin into the side pocket.
I think on a 4, I would try to make it and bring the cue ball close to the 5, and think from there, basically. And I think that was what Clay was trying to do.
He's running into this.
Make position. Ooh, nudge it again. Oh, now 7 is definitely in a better position for the side, but
Bank shot.
Yeah, bank shot. But how is he gonna bring the cue ball up table?
Can he
Bank shot
stiff
with
it and go
reverse
forward?
Right English, forward right English.
That might be it.
Yeah,
This might be the shot for the match. He's got to stiff it based on this angle, so he might be able to go forward right.
Yeah, forward and then right English to
maybe some top as well to kind of banana it a little bit.
top.
Yeah, he's
Top,
calling it.
Oh,
Or he's crossing it.
left.
Cross-hitting at slower pace with a lot of
crossing.
left spin.
Ooh, use the tempo as well.
Wow.
You can see. Wow.
That was really close.
Clay has got to make the most of this opportunity here.
That was for the match. Wow.
It should be.
Shot to me.
I think he wants to overcut this a little bit to the other side of the pocket if he can, so that he can get that 3 rail position for the 7 in the opposite side.
Yeah.
Bring the cue ball back around the table.
Wow.
Or do you put inside English on it and just come 2 rails straight back to the other side of the table? So it checks up off the bottom rail.
I like the first one. Just overcut it a little bit, play 2 rails, and just don't go into the left side pocket scratch. Just kind of hit it with top almost. Not a ton of
I'm
right.
afraid of scratching on the top left, to be honest.
Top left corner, yeah.
Mhm. Unless it's thicker than like the angle is not as deep as I thought. Oh, wow.
No.
He went right in between what we were saying.
Yeah, he didn't cheat the pocket at all.
Didn't overcut it. He had to overcut that to catch the side rail around. Really wanted to catch the side rail around where the second diamond is.
Oh no, that's disaster.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Now, all 3 of these final walls are on the rails, so for us mere mortals, that could be a challenge.
Yeah, still not that easy. All right, so back to the almost a spot where the spot is.
Christian's got to put Clay on camera with his disappointed look.
Yeah, 2-rail, that's the line. Stop rolling, should be good. And bottom left, 2-rail, soft and easy. Yep. Woo! Pocket speed though. Oh, like undercut that a tiny bit, but still good. All right, shot for the tournament.
And there it goes.
There he goes.
Stephen Folan takes down Clay Belvoir 9-6.
Thanks. So Clay, tell us about it. How'd it go? You were playing strong at a couple points in there. It was looking back and forth. I think it was 4-4. You were looking pretty strong. Tell me what happened there.
I mean, just like any set, there's a couple little mistakes here and there that really hurt me, and yeah, I had a chance, and I just kept trying in a battle away. I mean, if I get back that to 8-7, anything can happen.
Yeah, definitely.
Neither one of us are breaking very good.
Yeah, the breaks on the spread were looking a little bit weird, but I think he had I think on the 5-4 match or 6-4, he had a break and run towards the end there, or 2 break and runs. I'm not sure that kind of kept his serve, and he was able to take advantage of those couple mistakes. So it seems like second half he was able to.
Even at that though, he wasn't making those 2 balls behind the 1 ball. It was just kind of semi luck to make one in the corner.
Yeah, the corner balls. Yep, those were going.
Yeah, I was moving the ball around because I played on this table several times yesterday, and just trying to figure out a way to somehow get a ball to go in. But I just couldn't figure it out no matter where I moved. For some reason, I don't know why, like your normal spot, both those balls were going long.
They're going long. Yeah, and I noticed it was kind of like it's either the third or fourth row balls, the ones that track all the way up to the corners. Those were the ones that were actually going more often into the corner, like right where you're breaking from. Those 2 corners. It was a little bit weird.
There was a ball that was going in naturally every single time to the corner pocket, but every time when I did it, it was getting kicked.
Interesting. Yeah, and I noticed yesterday, and Dan Louis was doing a lot of breaking from kind of the 9-ball spot, breaking off to the side and doing something like that. Maybe get more action on the rack and less consistent, maybe, but just trying to get something down just because of how hard it is. But
yeah, you see a lot of at least in the Predator events, where those 2 front balls don't go, so they were starting doing the side because if you don't make anything, usually the balls are kind of muddy up. And that's kind of the reason why you do it, and you're trying to make the 1 kind of like they do on the matchroom events.
Yeah, makes sense.
1 on the side.
Well, all in all, congratulations on the event. Good win against Yucheng this morning. A lot of good kicking, a lot of good runouts in those sets. But go back and watch the tape. You got some stuff you can look back on. I'm sure you know what things you want to work on. Little mistakes here and there.
Kind of a last minute decision. I haven't been playing that much.
Oh wow, this is pretty good for a last minute decision then.
I don't know. I'm just kind of trying to have fun with it, and if I have nothing going on, I'll play.
Yeah.
I've been working on my pre-shot routine as far as like stepping into the ball instead of this chalk and get down on the ball, which I think has really helped.
Ah, that's good.
But yeah, I mean, I kind of was just I don't know, just kind of a free roll this weekend because I didn't really care that much. So that sometimes that helps. But
Oh, definitely.
I
It kind
appreciate
of takes some pressure off, right? Playing for fun, not too big of a deal.
Well, and then I got a lucky. I mean, not lucky, but I mean, I could draw to where I didn't have Daniel or Steven on my side,
Oh, true. Yeah, until the
which
hot seat.
helps. I mean, that's a lot depending on like who's in the tournament. But it's just yeah. I mean, that matters a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It allowed me to. I mean, I still had to beat Danny and Shusheng, but like sometimes there's a little bit difference in having Daniel or Steven on the
Yeah.
same side.
Yeah, definitely.
But
All righty,
I'll
well,
get Steven up here on the booth here shortly.
yeah, let's do it. Happy Super Bowl.
Talk to you.
See ya.
Aloha.
Hey, what's up? What's up? How's it going?
Good. This is Christian, right?
Yeah.
How's Virginia?
Pretty good. Congratulations on the win.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
Yeah, you played pretty well. I saw a lot of good breaking runs there at the end under some pressure situations.
Yeah. There was one of them though, where I had the 1-3 combo. Oh no, just the one, and I had to brush the 3 to get shape on it, and I missed the one. That one
Yeah.
kind of stung.
Yeah. It was kind of like too focused on getting the little clip on the balls, but a lot of good shots. Clay had that massive, thin off or open up the pocket with the 10 stuck on the rail on the point to the side pocket, and he was coming back there, and then tell me about the middle of the match. You kind of were going back and forth, and you took that long break. Do you think that helped out, or
Yeah,
what?
my hands were cold, so I went and grabbed a coffee and warmed them up on my coffee cup. My hands were just really cold, so I thought I'd take a break. I took the break on my break, and so that not to try and slow him down or anything. Yeah, just kind of reset, and that's when I came back. I broke. It was a good break, and
that was the one.
Landed
right?
on the one, and those kind of shots, when you kind of soft roll them, you get a little bit more like collision induced throw, and then you end up hitting it fat, right? So, and I know all these things, but sometimes you're down on the shot and you just see it a certain way. And I was trying to control the 3 ball, so.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Yeah, we're watching back and forth. Some good highlight reel matches there. Good highlight reel shots.
Yeah.
Yesterday, today, some.
Yeah, I think I
playing.
played a bit better yesterday. I was a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah, I think out of the tournament must have been that double cross bank to the side, and you had the 9 and the 10 kind of glued to each other. Those were pretty sweet.
Swinging for the fences, really. I was just kind
of
just hit and hope, and they luckily they went in.
But yeah.
But yeah, there was a big rack for me was when he hooked me on the 3 and I called the 3 in the side.
Oh, and it went in, yeah.
Yeah, I just called it. I was trying to kick and stick, so I got really lucky because you can make that ball,
Yeah, pretty often. No, for sure.
Like 1 in 10 or something, but the objective there was to try and kick and stick the cue ball and send the 3 ball up table, and I didn't do what I was supposed to do. I didn't get the cue ball stuck. It drifted on me, but luckily I made the 3, and double luck. The cue ball drifted up and gave me a look at the 4. So it was kind of that was very fortunate on my behalf.
Yeah, I'm replaying it on the stream, but this is the shot he's talking about. No, you won't see it. It's on the live stream, but yeah, you went for the kick and stick. You had it went kind of thick, and then you always got to make sure you call that. When you're kicking at those balls, when you're playing safe. We were talking about it a lot on the live stream.
I can see it now.
It never makes sense. Yeah, it never makes sense really to not call a pocket. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I did that actually earlier on when I had the 1. I was just trying to hook him. Yeah, but you know what? I didn't think I could get the 1 anywhere near that side pocket. I thought it was too thin a cut. But I think my cue ball hopped a little bit and then it ended up kind of cutting it thinner. So
yeah.
I just learned a shot.
Something to learn for the folks out there. I'll always call it when you're playing 10 ball. Always call your shot.
Yeah.
You can call safety in 8 ball. Not really useful to call safety here, but
sometimes gets away from you. Is what you're going to play a safe, and the object ball's going the speed you want to play it at. It's going nowhere near the pocket, right? But then when you call it, then you're trying to half make it now. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you can confuse yourself by sometimes calling the shot. You know?
It messes with your head sometimes. That's for sure.
Yeah. 'Cause then you start trying to make it. Then instead of just playing the safety, you're trying.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of good learnings there. Don Davidson's over in the chat saying, nice shooting. Sven, he says, good stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, congratulations. I think.
Yeah, Clay was a tough player. He's like, I was saying to him yesterday, he's one of those guys that like, he just never gives up. He's like, he never puts that quit stroke on. He's like if I walk into the room and I just start watching him play someone else, I don't know if he's 6-0 up or 6-0 down. He's just solid, and he never gives up. And there's some players that are higher rated than him, and once they get down in a match,
they're done. Yeah.
Yeah, some people just kind of get that, they kind of half give up. But he's just, he's a fierce competitor, and I never enjoy playing him because he's really tough.
Yeah,
so I'm
for
just
sure.
kind of fortunate to have come out that and won.
Yeah. He said he was not playing too much recently, but he's kind of playing in a little bit looser pressure off his shoulders. Doesn't have to play too hard, not expecting too much, and it seems like it worked out well in this tournament to get to the final.
Yeah, I think his first tournament back was because he said he was going to take some time off, and I saw him. What was it? A month ago, 3 weeks ago, something like that in Spokane, and I think he got 5th out of 128 players.
Wow!
He nearly got to Spence on the B side, and he just played one little bad shot that kind of cost him. But yeah, he had a good showing in that tournament without picking up his cue for a while. So
yeah,
he's a good player
for sure. It's like riding a bike. Alrighty, well, I think we're gonna sign off here. Thanks for joining us in the booth for a little post match. Congratulations once again.
All right, cheers.
Yeah,
what do I need to do here? Do I need to just put the mic down and walk away, or
push the red button to mute it next to the slider that says number 1, and you're good to go.
Obviously, the one that just muted. Okay.
Yeah. Alrighty.
All right. Catch you later, Christian. See ya.
Yep. See you later.